Welcome everyone to another episode of the Gamer Show. I should take this explicit warning down, but y'all know how I get. I may slip up and say a curse word or two. Shit. Okay, now I got that out the way. Alright, so today I'm gonna be showing y'all a little bit of what I use to stream. All of this stuff is professional equipment. Hold up. I knew that was going to happen. So I'm just going over some of the stuff that I got in. Some of it I need to go ahead and set up. And some of it, okay. Some of it, I'm not going to go through because I have to play around with it. But this is a lot of stuff that I recommended, and I said I was going to upload a video to show y'all some of the stuff that I have. I don't think I'm going to go over an overhaul of everything that I have because that may take too much time, and these videos are for more educational purposes, and I want people to actually look at them. And if you're interested in streaming or getting some of these products, I will go over it with you so you would know what it does, so you don't have to waste your money. Okay, so let's start off with. I gotta move over here. Let's start off with this one thing that I was recommending, and it's the YoloBox. Now, I haven't done a full-fledged review on this as of yet, but I will. Now, what this is, there's a power button right here. Okay. What this is, and I told y'all before, what this is this is essentially all you need in order to do a stream, right? So you don't need any type of computer because this does everything for you. And what's so fantastic about this YoloBox Live is that not only is you don't need a computer to stream, you can also use this as a mobile streaming device, meaning you can take this anywhere you want to go. Sorry, I cursed at the beginning, but like churches, if you want to start off doing these streams for your church, this could actually benefit you if you are not too far from where your router is. Sorry, I'm yawning. And you can also actually, if you look under here, I have it on the tripod right here. If I was to take this out, I can put a SD card in here, and I'm sorry, a SIM card in here. And what this is going to allow, and excuse the ashy hands, I meant to go put some lotion on. But what this is going to allow you to do is this is going to allow you to stream from anywhere, and you don't have to be tethered to any type of network. You don't have to be tethered to anything. So let's go through some of the stuff that's on here. Now, you have power and USB-C type. That's what it's hooked up right now. You have the audio. You have the audio out. In. You have Ethernet jack in, and this is used primarily to hook it up to the internet so you can stream. Now you have a HDMI out, which will give you your feed of everything that is going inside of this box and switcher. It's so many things. It's like a pit bull of devices for streaming. Then you have a USB 2.0 3.0 actually. And you can use this to hook up a web camera to it. Then you have two HDMI ends. Now everybody knows what HDMI look like. If you're familiar with PlayStations or even your Blu-ray player, this is what an HDMI cable looks like. Okay, this is your HDMI cable. So essentially, you have 5 different inputs you can do with this thing. So you can put in one HDMI source here, another HDMI source here, and you can put a USB webcam here. And you can also do graphics and excuse me. I don't know why I keep yawning. And you can do other things with this thing, but I'll go full into depth with this later on in one of these series. But I'm just trying to show y'all some of the stuff that I use. So this is the YoloBox. And it's battery operated, or you can plug it up. So that means you can go anywhere with it. And then on the bottom, you have audio out jack. You have the SIM card. Like I said, you can take this anywhere and stream. As long as you can get a G4 signal, you can stream anywhere. And then you have your SD card and then your power button. The one thing I don't like about this is that when you do your lower thirds, or your media, it records to the same card that your media is on. So say if you streaming and you want to play video back, and you're recording video on it as well, because you can record and stream at the same time on this. It's going to eat up a lot. What I wish they would have done was had 2 HD slots, or had a solid state hard drive slot in here somewhere where you can do. But this thing here is everything in one. Now, if you want to get into streaming, like I said, you don't need a computer. You can use this. This is a switcher, which I'll show y'all later. This is this inside here. It's a encoder, which is going to handle all the video for you. It is a media box, a DVR recorder, and essentially a computer. So this is one of the gears that I will be using in my future productions, whether I'm doing something for a church or whether I'm doing like a location where I'm streaming from live. I would use this, and I don't have to worry about running a 300-foot cable to somebody's router so I can get their internet connection. I would just charge. I would just use this box in itself to do the streaming. And what I would do, if you ever get this and you decide to use this as a professional use, what you do is you can go like the Straight Talk or T-Mobile, and then you just put in the cost of the card or whatever you have to get in order to get the signal to stream out to the internet. You would include that in your price. So this, I already have it set up. Oh, it's an update. Okay. So, and also this streams out to multiple platforms. So you can stream out to Facebook, you can stream out to Twitch, Twitter is coming up soon, and YouTube. So multi-platforms you can do with this thing. You can also go Wi-Fi with it as well. But streaming to Wi-Fi, if you can connect to an internet source via the Ethernet cable, that would be a whole lot better. So this YoloBox, I would recommend this to beginner streamers, especially if you don't have like a rig set up like most streamers like myself do and content creators. This would be perfect for you. This doesn't take up a lot of disk space. This is a monitor as well. So you see everything that's going on with this box. So like I said, I'm not going to go into full depth with this. I'm just telling y'all showing y'all some of the stuff that I use to do streaming and in my production use. Next is the ATEM. This is the ATEM Mini Pro, and I swear by Blackmagic products, Blackmagic and Elgato. Now, for you people that's streaming, and hold up, for a lot of people that's streaming, and you want to use the Elgato Cam Link, they are charging ridiculous prices for that Cam Link. That Cam Link, when it came out, was like $120. Now they're charging like almost $200 for a Cam Link. Okay, I think that is absolutely ridiculous. If you're going to get a Cam Link, you can get this instead. This is also a multi-unit. This is a switcher, most important. This is an encoder, which is going to handle all of the video sources that you put in there. And you can stream. It's like a mini computer as well, because you can stream directly to the internet from this. You will not need a computer if you're just switching from cameras. Now, if you're doing anything extravagant, like putting lower thirds or information below for a customer, then you would need to have a computer, and it doesn't have to be powerful. You can use your laptop to do some of the functionalities like lower thirds and some of the media on this thing. And this is also a capture card. It's a capture card just like the Elgato Cam Link. The difference between the Elgato Cam Link and this is this comes in two different versions. This is the Pro version. You can opt out to get just the ATEM Mini, which is under $300. This will run you, I think, $500. But you can get the $200 version, and the $200 version, which I am going to get because I'm going to use it with the YoloBox, so I can have up to 8 different inputs, HDMI fed. The only difference between that one is from the Mini is that the Mini and the Pro is the Mini you can't stream, and if you look at the Mini, it wouldn't have these buttons right here, the off button, the stop, the record, and the on air. Now if you look at the back of it, you'll see a Ethernet port, you'll see a USB-C type port. Now you can hook up a USB-C type hard drive and you can record directly on that hard drive. And then you have an HDMI out. You can you can either have it programmed or you can have it multi-view. Multi-view will show you everything that's connected to the switcher, and it'll give you opportunity to view your source before you send it live out to the internet. And that's about it. And one of the best things I like about it is that it has a locking mechanism. This is the power source right here. So when you plug the power source in here, you twist it and it locks. And that's a professional connection. I wish they would have put BNC. You had your option between BNC and HDMI. HDMI is more of a consumer product. BNC is more professional because it has, similar to this, it has the connection where it locks. So if somebody steps on the cord, you don't have a chance of pulling it out. But with HDMI, if somebody walk past and they step on the cord, you do have a chance of pulling the HDMI cable out and also damaging your unit. So this is a HDMI cable, and simply you just plug it inside one of the ports, and whatever source that you have coming in, that would be the source that you're sending out to the internet. So like I said before, the Cam Link, which I have and I still use to this day, I'm actually using it for my main camera when I do these episodes. They are charging an outrageous price for that, and it's ridiculous. But if you're going to get a Cam Link and you're looking for a Cam Link, don't waste your money on a Cam Link. Get one of these ATEM switches They're on back order right now, so you're gonna have to wait up to maybe 3 to 4 weeks in order to get one. But it's way better than buying the Elgato Cam Link because they are price gouging that thing. So you get one of these. It's an ATEM switcher. It comes in 2 different versions: the Pro and just the Mini. And the difference between the Mini and the Pro is the Pro you can stream directly to the internet from just the deck itself. The Mini you cannot. All right. All right. Now, like I said, I swear by Blackmagic products, man. I love them. This right here is the Blackmagic HyperDeck Studio. What this does is it's basically a recorder. It has 2 SD card slots that you can record to: the play button, the stop button, the record button, the joggle button, the fast forward, rewind or fast forward, the menu button and the set button, and the joggle wheel right here. And this is very fingerprint prony. It doesn't have a push button knob to set the configurations. Once you go through the menus, you have to put set. I have not yet booted this up, but I did a lot of research on this. So on the back of it, you have a computer style. Y'all know what that looks like. A computer style power source. And when you order this does not come with a power source. For the price that they charge for this, it's like $700. They should come with a power source. Damn, Blackmagic. But I still love y'all. Then you have Ethernet, and you can also run power over Ethernet. So that, I think that's a new thing. I'm not sure, but you don't have to have a power cord going through here. If your switcher or your hub supports power over Ethernet, you can actually use that. The USB-C type is to update it. What I wish they would have done was to use this to be able to record to USB-C type drives. And I'll tell you a trick about that too. Like I was telling you about the ATEM Mini. Now this is a Seagate Xbox hard drive, and it's 8 terabytes. What I do is, and you see it's USB. So this is not USB-C, but this is USB. Now what I do is I use a USB 3 adapter to a USB-C adapter, and I hook this up even to my Blackmagic cameras. It records right on. It has no problem. So you can get a hard drive that will support that, and it's pretty cool, man. Let me move this. Wire management is ridiculous in here. Okay, so continuing on the back, and I may have had this thing upside down. You have a remote in. This is standard. This is what they use to record it in the industry. You have a reference in and a reference out, which meaning that if you buy multiple of these decks, you can have them talk to each other. The way to get video in is through SDI. And remember when I said SDI was a more professional connection? And I don't know if you can see it, but it's these 2 bumps. It's one here and one at the top. And when you put the cable on here and you twist it, it locks. And these little bumps prevent it from coming out. So the only way to get a signal in here is going through SDI in or BNC in. And then you have SDI out, A and B. So this is essentially a DVR, but I'm not going to use it for the purposes of what it does. I'm using it more for loading graphics and media. And when I do like live shows, or when I produce, like TV shows and stuff like that, or web shows, all the media will be on here, and I can just pull, lower thirds, the descriptions, the names of the talent that's on screen. Maybe there's a video or something that I want to show. All of the information would be on here. So I'm not using this as a record box. The only time that I would use this primarily for recording is if I take my JVC HMGY 700U out, and my 700U has the BNC connection. So what I can do is I can go out SDI and I can go straight in here. And what I can do is I can have 2 extra backup sources just in case something goes wrong, and I'll have that backup disk. So this is the Blackmagic HyperDeck Studio. This I wouldn't say it's not a necessity for streamers, but it's a good way to play back content. Plus, it has HDMI out, and I could essentially hook this up to one of the ports in the switcher and have whatever media that's on here to play back out. So you can use it that way also. All right, so one more, no, 2 more. Now this is an older model. This is the Zoom H4 handy recorder, and this is though it looks small, this is a professional field recorder. Now, on any camera, any professional camera that you have, you can talk to anybody that does filmmaking or anything. You never use the audio that's on the camera. The audio that's on the camera itself is just used to scrub the footage. So for you to sync up footage, right? So like when I shoot music videos, I bring my Beats Peel out and I'll play the track over Bluetooth or analog through the Beats Peel, and I will have the talent to go over their verse, and then back in post-production, what I would do is I would use that audio and I will link it up or sync it up to the good track. So on the top, it's Directional Microphones. So this is a good recorder if you're going to have a talent in front of you and you're speaking to them and they're answering your questions and stuff like that. So a 2-way microphone. This also has XLR microphones too, and it also uses phantom power. So if you don't know what phantom power is, it's used for condenser mics, and it adds 48 volts to the mic to give it some power to get clear sound. And then you have on the side a SD card slot, and I have a 16 gig card in here. Record levels, the menu, scrubbing through the menus on here. Then you have your USB. If you want to hook this up directly to your computer to pull the files off of the SD card, you can do so. Here's the volume control for the line in. So when you're monitoring the audio, you can use the volume control if it's too low, so you can kind of hear it with clarity. And then it has a remote quarter jack in. I've never used that before, so there's no need to explain it. And it comes, when I picked it up, I got this from I think not Guitar Center, but out in Wheaton somewhere. I forgot where it was, but it comes in this nice little case, so it doesn't get damaged or a lot of dust on it, and it's pretty good. Zoom makes pretty good products, man. All right, and to the one of the most exciting items that I have, that I had to unfortunately buy another one. This is the baby of all babies. This is the most sexiest, loveliest piece of electronic that I've ever seen in my life. I love you. I love you. This is the Blackmagic Pocket 4K Cinema Camera. I got it inside my Magic Ring little case here. It also has this grip that also is a charger or a power source, a means of power source on here. So you have D-tap, 2 D-taps. You have, when I got this, they gave me the option to either do D-tap to the camera or this 12 volt to the camera. And then you have your 8 volt and your USB 2.0. So if you flip it on the other side, you hit this check light and it'll actually tell you it's 100%, right? So this just screws on to the plate. And if we go on this side, by the way, this is a EF mount. So if you have all your Canon lenses, you can actually put all your Canon lenses on here. But you can opt to get out like cinema lenses, so you can shoot like films and stuff like that, so you can have that cinematography feel. So if you look on the side of it, you have a microphone in, you have a ear jack in, you have a full size HDMI. It's the HDMI out, so it gives clean HDMI out. You have the 12 volt power connection. You have USB-C type on here. Now, remember when I said I have that Xbox 8 terabyte hard drive? Well, it's not a USB-C type hard drive, so I put an adapter on it and I plug it up and I can use it there. And this also has a 1/4 inch mini jack that produces phantom power. So you can hook a condenser mic up here and you can feed it the 48 volts that it needs to do phantom power. Now it does have 2 speakers at the front. They're pretty good, but you would never in any situation use that as your final audio source in your project. Okay. On top, I don't know if you can see that, but it just has the on and off switch. It has like 3 functionality buttons. It has the camera, the still button. It has a record button here, and it has a button for your white balance, your shutter speed, and your ISO. And then it also has a record button right here. It takes Canon PL batteries, and they're not worth crap on the wall because they only last a good 20 minutes, and you would have to get another one. That's why a lot of people get like backup power sources. Like I said, this is a handle. This is a handle and also a power source too. So it's a combination of both. And you would just plug this right directly into the power source here. They do have ones that come, you can plug a dummy battery, like the battery that's inside here. And this is the battery compartment. And this is the type of battery it takes. It takes an LPE6 battery. That's your common Canon battery. And then on the side, you have 2 type of media sources. You can do a SD card or you can do a CFast card right there. Okay. Now, this is the 4K version, and I also have the 6K version. I was forced to get this version because I had somebody that I considered a family member. They came over my house. We shot a video, and on the way back from the video, her erratic driving caused the camera to fall, and it damaged some parts inside the camera, and I had to get another camera because I had another production shoot coming up, and I needed to use that. So I had the 4K, and I do have the 6K. So it's no use of showing you both of those, because this has a PL mount, the Canon mount, the LP mount. I'm sorry, and the 4K has the micro four third. So, and then the other thing is that this does not shoot in 4K RAW. The 4K pocket cinema camera shoots at 4K RAW. This one shoots at 6K RAW, but not 4K RAW. So, if you're deciding on getting either the 4K or the 6K, I think there's nothing in 6K right now. Nothing. 6K just means that you have more pixels and you have more information to work with when you're doing your editing. But nobody has, unless you're Jay-Z and Beyonce, you don't have a 6K TV. You may some of y'all may have a 6K monitor, but you don't have a 6K TV, and they don't even have media that you can go out and buy. Like, you can't get Bad Boys on 6K. So, all right. On the back of it, you have these buttons. You have the zoom in button, the shutter speed button. You have the high frame rate button, so you can shoot in slow motion, 120 frames per second. Also have another zoom button, menu button, and a playback button. So I don't have any media in here, but I can go over some of the media with you. So this is what the screen looks like when you boot it up. It's going to have the frame that you're shooting in. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that at all. But it has a lot of information on it. ISO, your time code, your white balance, the tint, your battery information, your shutter speed, and your frame rate. So if I press the menu button here, you have these couple of options up here. You have recording, monitoring, audio, setup, presets, and LUTs. So your presets is what you would deal with mostly when you're out on the shoot and you don't want to have to keep setting up your camera. Okay, I'm gonna shoot a slow motion scene here. I gotta set the camera back to whatever. You put all your presets here. All right. So the record options. You can record up to 6K in this, but nobody has anything in 6K. No, there's no film. There's nothing in 6K. So you can't even shoot ProRes in 6K here. When you're shooting 6K with this camera, you're gonna have to use DaVinci Resolve. And I'm learning DaVinci Resolve right now because I'm a Final Cut Pro user. So that is a major stepping stone for me right there. So these files do not read the Blackmagic, the 6K files. They cannot be read by Final Cut. I think they can be read by Premiere, but that's an additional plugin that you have to buy. I don't like Premiere. I don't use Premiere. I mean, I know people swear by it, but I just don't. I don't care for it too much. This is the recording status. 6K. If you go to ProRes, you can shoot up to 4K ProRes, Ultra HD, and HD. You can also shoot at HQ 422, LT, or proxy. And amazing camera. Monitoring, you can tell this to monitor. Oh, let me go back to record because there's some stuff that I'm missing. Okay, so you have 3 different options when you're recording with this camera. You can do video, extended video, and film. Film will give you your cinematic look, and you have your different frame rates. So let me see right here. Okay, let's start up. 60 FPS. That's what, you know, some people are used to. It's you can record in 60 FPS, but most people do 30. 59.94. That's the same as 60. It just has like weird settings because some TVs have trouble with showing stuff at that frame rate. Or 50 frames per second. You can do 30 frames, which is the standard. So you can do like 1080p 30, or you can do 720 30. It's still the standard. And this is where you get to more cinema photography. It kind of has that stuttering feel to it. Your 29.9, 25 frames per second, 24, and 23.98. Now when I shoot cinema, I shoot at 24 frames per second. Some people shoot at 23.9, but I shoot at 24. So and you can shoot up to 5K at this resolution, and then you can have it play back at a different resolution. And you can do super slow motion with this, up to 120 frames per second. So if I go back, and I wanted to shoot, let's say if I wanted to shoot super slow motion. Okay, let me go back. If I wanted to shoot super slow motion, and I'm recording in 422, right? I would have to turn this off speed recording on and see how it'll record at 20 frames per second. But when you play it back, it'll play back at 50. But what if I wanted to record at 120 frames per second? See how it's not going up to 120? It's only going up to 60. Well, there's an option for that. Okay. No. Oh, I know why. Okay. Go back to 4K. Go up here. And I'm shooting in HD. Okay. So I set it 5K. Hold on, I gotta figure that out, because this is different than on the 4K. Extended video. There's something that I'm not doing on this. Okay. Okay, I would just have to figure that out, because you can do up to 120 frames with this. Let me go back. Yeah, for some reason, I think I need to update it. All right, well, trust me when I say this can do 120. And these are the different type of cards. You can do CFast, you can do SD card, or you can do record to the USB-C type. Monitoring, that's self-explanatory. You want to see it throughout the screen, which is right here, or throughout the HDMI signal. You want to do both. The audio. You can either have the phantom power mic come in, you can have the line in mic come in, or you can have the speakers in the front. Setup is basically just a setup. Presets is what your recording formats. So see how, like, I'm back here trying to find the 120 frame mark, and in the presets, I can just put it. I can set the camera to what I want, and then add the preset, and it'll be right here, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So while I'm here, let's try to figure out why I'm not getting. It is up to date, but this needs to go to. Let me turn, because sometimes you can turn these things on and off, and that will take out the glitch a little bit. Okay. So I'm shooting in 1080p, because I don't want to shoot 4K. So I want to shoot 1080p. I want to shoot I don't want to shoot 6K. Sensor area 2.4. Okay, there we go. There we are. So 2.8. Okay. 2.8. Now there we go. So I'll do some test footage. I'll be shooting at 120 frames this Saturday coming up. So I'll ask my well, no, I can't show that, but I'll show some. I'll probably shoot my dogs running at 120 frames, so y'all can see what it looks like. So like I said, this thing can go up to 120 frames per second, and that's what it'll play back in. What it'll shoot at would be this over here. So let's set a preset real quick. So if I'm shooting cinema, if I'm shooting a cinema movie, 20 frames per second, my ISO is not set, or my shutter speed isn't set, and I haven't done a white balance yet. I'll go to the presets, and I'll add that, and I'll call this slow-mo. And I'll put 120. Update that. So let's go back to record. So say 6K, you can't record slow motion in. I don't think. Okay. See how it goes back to 5? So it's not letting me go up to 120. So okay, say I'm on a shoot, I'm like, hey, I gotta go back. I gotta switch back to the slow motion scene. So I already have my presets here. Go to slow motion. And then when I go back, hit record. Presets. I go back to record. Now I'm at 120 frames again. All right. So this is a Blackmagic Cinema Pocket camera. And that's the rig that I have it set in, and I'm still waiting on some more equipment to come in. today. So that's pretty much some of the stuff that I use when I do my live streaming. Oh, excuse me. That's just some of the stuff that I use. And oh, Bud Light lemonade. So I'm about to start setting up and playing with this HyperDeck. So I'm telling y'all, man. I'll go more into depth with some of the stuff. I want to do kind of like a course. Once I start to learn this stuff a little bit more better, once I start learning these cameras a little bit better, once I start learning the new hardware that I got in, and then I'll give a full tutorial on some of this stuff. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff that I use when I either stream or when I do professional shoots. So that's it, man. And I'm not going to keep this video much longer because I got some stuff I have to do around the house. So I appreciate y'all for watching, and we'll be back with more videos and episodes and tutorials. You know, they got this coronavirus thing going on right now, and things are kind of slowing down right now. So, you know, but hey, I appreciate everybody who watched, and yeah, man. Thanks for watching.